Hey guys, I'm sorry about that. We lost connectivity there. My apologies. But if you're developing, this content, you're developing a 5x7 image, an 8x4 image. I'm just going from where I left off, and I apologize for that. You're developing these things, and this content, it needs to match with the post that you're putting up. I'm not going to put an aeration post over here and a piece of information about lawn mowing over here. Don't busy up your work. Don't overcomplicate it. Dumb it down a bit for your viewers. You've got to understand that you, myself, others in the industry might know exactly what you're talking about. But a guy who knows nothing about the industry might not know what it means when you're explaining to him that by dethatching a lawn or aerating a lawn, you're pulling plugs out, allowing oxygen into the soil, which then helps the roots grow deeper. Like, you get people confused. I look at some of my own content sometimes, I'm like, wow, what? You got to dumb it down a little bit. You got to bring it down, not slow, but to a level that the consumer can understand. If you do this, your lawn will be green and lush. Very simple. If you get a lawn aeration and seeding in Cleveland, Ohio this fall, you can expect a green and lush lawn if you water properly and follow our best practices. Now, that's something that consumer can understand. Telling them that the rise zones of the lawn won't shoot properly if no, take that away right now. Just take that out of your mind, set it to the side, and start focusing on things consumers can understand. Blog for the consumer, not for yourself, not for science. Unless you're a science blogger, nobody cares. Realistically, no consumer cares about the science. The consumer cares that they're going to have a lush green lawn. Blog for that consumer. Educate that consumer with educational content. Dumb it down a bit. Speak to me on a level that I can understand. When I go to get my medication for my heartburn, I don't care what the chemical compound is, as long as it's getting rid of my heartburn. When your consumer wants an aeration, they don't give a crap what the scientific name of the root for the grass is. They want to know that their lawn's going to be lush and green. Simplistic, right? Blog like that. Build content like that. Develop your business around things that consumers can understand and educate them properly, and your revenue streams will grow as long as customer service and your other issues are handled and you can get the service done, provide adequate customer service. You will flourish as a business owner by educating the people that you were dealing with. Imagine if every door you knocked on, you could hand an educational piece to and go, hey, I want to do an aeration and seeding in your property. I did your neighbors. By the way, here's a little information I wrote so you can understand what the aeration and seeding does. And it's dumbed down enough where that consumer can understand it. You're 10 times more likely to get a phone call than it would be handing somebody something from the Illinois Agricultural Board or the Texas Ag Board or the Arkansas Ag Board or, the North Carolina State Treasurer's documentation on how much money is spent in the field. Nobody cares. They just do not care. They want the education dumbed down to where they can understand. When I'm trying to fix my car, I really don't care what the little sprocket on the end of this or that is that's spinning this cool little belt that's making my car run. I care that the belt's not working and my car's not running. I want to know how to fix it. I care as a consumer in lawn care that my lawn isn't where I want it to be. And if I want it to be where it needs to be, I need an aeration to get there. And it's going to be lush, green, and fluffy when I'm done. Or I've got a fungus in my lawn and I need a fungicide application. And I know that if I look at this blog and it tells me I've got a fungus and I think I've got brown spot, I'm going to call you, bring you in as a lawn care company to look at it and hope that because I brought you, the educated professional, in, you can figure out that tough stuff I don't want to deal with and you can solve it. So you need to write about it. You need to blog about it. You need to make videos about it. You need your content to have a purpose and be about what you're about. You need to write about these things. You need to be consistent with it. Blog. Set up a pattern. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday if that's all the time you have, or Sunday. But pick a schedule. Stick to it. Let your viewers know that you're going to be consistent. Put your utmost time and effort into that content you're putting out. A blog post doesn't cost $1 million. It takes sitting down and writing. I am not the greatest writer. I have people that blog for me a lot of the time because my writing isn't great. I have one of the most successful blogs in a completely different industry. I love music. I run a music blog. I get 2 million views a month on my music blog. Never spent $1 in marketing. I also own Lawn Care Marketing Success. It's my heart, soul, and joy. And I get 55,000 to 60,000 hits a month here. Now that's, believe it or not, 40% consumers that have nothing to do with lawn care marketing, just looking at what we're doing and the keywords for marketing. The other percentage of that broken down is lawn care marketing guys or business owners like yourself that are watching this video right now. How do I do that? I don't spend a dime to market. I've never spent a penny outside of developing my website. I did my website in-house, do all my content in-house, and I market to what I hear people need. Yes, sometimes you'll put out a crap piece of content. I put out one a few weeks ago. I got a lot of backlash from. I still to this day learn daily what the ins and outs and everything are of what people want. I assume because I'd seen a lot of businesses complaining about TruGreen, and I'd personally seen what it can do to a business working for one that was affected by TruGreen, I should write a post explaining to people how to stop big businesses from taking their business. Got nothing but backlash from small business owners. Guess what, guys? Didn't realize it was going to offend you. Sorry, but that was a content error on my behalf. You guys, when you're making content, you might be trying to explain to a business owner why it's important to mow their lawn at 3 inches, and they could give a crap less and they want to learn about fungicide. A content error. You got to find what people want. You've got to target out the content you're using. You've got to find the proper market. You've got to go fishing and reel those people in on something they want to learn about. If not, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your content's time. You're wasting your marketing efforts. Market to people that want to hear what you have to say. Develop for people that have issues. Develop around issues that you know are affecting your consumers. If I know every consumer I got this year is crabgrass, you're darn right I'm blogging about crabgrass 5 ways from Sunday. 5, 10, 15 posts later, I'm dominating that crabgrass. And that sounds silly, but as you blog and build quality content, your SEO starts to rise. Now imagine if you're the #1 guy in your town for Dallas grass, crabgrass, black medic, whatever that weed or junk grass may be, when that stuff starts blooming. Imagine having dandelions, guys. Did you know that dandelions, just in the United States, from January to March 1st, is looked up 14.6 million times? Imagine owning the word dandelions, not paying for it and popping up as an ad, but genuinely owning the word dandelions. Or how to get rid of dandelions, which is looked up 6 million times in the spring. Something like that right there is a great stream for content. If you're in Westlake or Westchester or California, Hollywood, and it's how do I maintain my lawn in Hollywood, California? Look it up. Look who's on top. Look at what they're doing. Look at their content. Don't maximize off of what they're doing. Build something different. But educate yourself and your team on how to do exactly what it is that they're doing, because they're doing something right. When you look up the keywords in my targeted area, one of the businesses and actually one of my main clients from my home area is on top. Everything you look up, from lawn care in to aerations and overseedings in, you look up the business I work for 7 days a week, you'll find us on top. Why? Because I market that way nonstop. I'm lucky enough to have 3 offices full of people to write, and that's really cool because I got a lot of avenues to lean on. If you've got 5 employees and 3 of them can write, give them an hour or 2 a week. Spend the $15-20. Let them write you a blog post. If there's 4 of you blogging instead of 1, your blog becomes more powerful as long as it's quality. But you have to develop that blog. It doesn't cost a lot to take time and effort into a blog, but it can gain you a lot if you know what you're doing and you make yourself business out of it. Content, guys. Everybody talks about content like it's some big scary giant. There's nothing scary about content. I could sit back tonight in 6 hours and develop 2 really solid pieces of content that'll probably make me another $15,000, $20,000 this year. How? What's the secret? What's the trick? Find the issue, develop around the issue, consistently develop around the issue, and hit your buyer's pain point. If your buyer next door is John, and you got Kevin over here, and Kevin's got a great lawn, and John wants his lawn, but his lawn's not looking that way, and he can't figure out why, he found his pain point. He wants a better looking lawn. He doesn't understand why it isn't as good looking as it should be. What would I offer him to bring him in? I'd offer him a free lawn estimate and walkthrough with diagnosis. If the guy over here with the great lawn is sick of the pests in his property, and now we've started on his neighbor, but he's still got a pest issue, I'd offer him a free pest inspection and educate him through a blog post or 2 with some content, maybe a few emails going, hey, here's what you're dealing with. This is something we can handle. We'd come out and tell you exactly what the problem is, how to get rid of it, and how bad it is. Oh, cool. We're educating the consumer, guys. Simply breaking down the science, breaking it down, bringing people in, helping people understand, and developing from that matters. So as you're getting into blogging, as you're getting into content marketing, if you wish to learn more, please don't refrain from contacting us. Ask questions. We're here to help. We'd be glad to help. We do this stuff 7 days a week. We've been in content marketing and lawn care marketing for many years. It's myself and a team of about 3 other guys that would be glad to answer any questions you have. I thank you guys again for tuning in tonight. I am checking out. It is a holiday weekend. I'll be up and doing some more webinars and blogging tomorrow. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and have a good evening.